Europe is a continent that has been at peace for over 70 years. However, that all changed in 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine, and since then, it has completely shattered the illusion of peace and security that Europeans have enjoyed for so long. The war in Ukraine has had a profound impact on Europe, both physically and metaphorically. It has caused the largest refugee crisis since World War II, with millions of Ukrainians fleeing their homes and seeking refuge in neighboring countries. The war has also had a devastating economic impact, causing energy prices to skyrocket and leading to fears of a recession. But perhaps the most important thing that the war has done is to shatter the illusion of European security. For many Europeans, the war in Ukraine has been a wake-up call, making them realize that they live in a dangerous world and that they can no longer take peace and security for granted. Here are 10 eye-opening facts about Ukraine's war and its impact on Europe. Number 1, since the start of the conflict, an estimated 10 million people have fled Ukraine, which represents 25% of the country's population. This includes 3 million people who have fled to Poland, making it the country with the highest number of Ukrainian refugees. No, 2. The war in Ukraine has led to the biggest refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. Before the war, Ukraine was home to around 44 million people. Today, only an estimated 35 million remain. This means that almost 9 million people have either been killed or forced to flee their homes. Number 3. Over 90% of Ukrainian refugees are women and children, as men of fighting age are required to stay in Ukraine. As a result, there has been a surge in birth rates in neighboring countries such as Poland, where the number of babies born to Ukrainian mothers has increased by 18%. Number 4. The war in Ukraine has also had a significant impact on the economy of Europe. The European Union is heavily dependent on Russian gas, which accounts for around 40% of its total gas consumption. However, since the start of the war, Russia has drastically reduced the amount of gas it supplies to Europe in retaliation for the sanctions imposed on it. This has led to a sharp increase in energy prices, which has caused economies across Europe to suffer. In Germany, for example, the cost of gas has increased by more than 5 times, and this has led to concerns of a recession as businesses struggle to cope with the rising costs. Number 5. The war in Ukraine has caused the biggest oil price shock since the 1970s, leading to record profits for oil companies and windfalls of war for some countries like Norway. As the price of oil has risen, so has the value of Norway's sovereign wealth fund, which is invested in oil and gas companies. Since the start of the war, the fund has grown by around $200 billion, which has boosted Norway's economy and allowed it to hand out generous benefits to its citizens. Number 6. The war in Ukraine has also had a major impact on the food supply chain in Europe. Ukraine is one of the largest exporters of wheat and barley in the world. However, since the start of the war, Russia's blockade of Ukrainian ports has led to a shortage of these crops. This has led to price increases for flour, bread, cereals, and milk across Europe. Number 7. Despite the impact of the war on their economies, some European countries have come together to support Ukraine. The European Union has provided Ukraine with financial aid worth billions of euros, and member states have also agreed to collectively buy weapons to supply to Ukraine. Poland has also played an important role in supporting Ukraine, providing it with military aid and welcoming Ukrainian refugees. Number 8. Public opinion in Europe is largely against the war in Ukraine. A survey conducted in May found that 88% of Europeans disapprove of the war. This includes 95% of Poles, 93% of Germans, and 91% of French people. The war has also led to a surge in anti-war protests across Europe, with thousands of people taking to the streets to show their support for Ukraine. Number 9. The war in Ukraine has raised questions about the future of European security. Many Europeans now feel that their countries are not doing enough to protect them from the threat posed by Russia. There have been calls for the European Union to increase its defense spending and for NATO to become more active in Eastern Europe. Some countries, such as Finland and Sweden, have also decided to apply for NATO membership in order to protect themselves from Russian aggression. Number 10. The war in Ukraine has also had a major impact on social media. Since the start of the war, there has been a surge in fake news and propaganda being spread online. This has made it difficult for Europeans to get accurate information about the conflict. Social media platforms have been working hard to try and combat this fake news, but it remains a major problem. In conclusion, the war in Ukraine has had a profound impact on Europe. It has caused the biggest refugee crisis since World War II, led to soaring energy and food prices, and raised questions about the future of European security. The war has also highlighted the importance of international cooperation as European countries come together to support Ukraine. As the war continues, it remains to be seen what other impacts it will have on Europe. But one thing is for sure, it has already changed Europe forever. If you think we missed any fact that should have been in this list, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more fact-filled videos like this one. Thank you for watching.